Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine, students. Day before yesterday, that lesson when I taught, many students were absent. Okay, so I am going to teach you. This is the fifth lesson. Since it is a new lesson, and within one period, I can teach everything. So, if you understand only, you can do these problems. Since it is very easy, there will be one problem for 5 mark or 3 mark, 2 mark. Okay, so you have to understand that. So I'm going to teach you again, once again. Okay, the trial balance. What is trial balance? Trial balance is a statement. Okay, it is a statement showing the debit and credit balances of all ledger accounts. Okay, all ledger account balances will be shown in the trial balance. Okay, this balances may be either it may be debit balances or it may be credit balances. Okay, so our main duty is to divide that account into debit or credit. That only we should know. But if we prepare from the ledger account, if we post there, we will know. Okay, practically that ledger account, which account balance it shows, that we have to write. Okay, here the meaning is, it is a statement that shows the debit and credit balances of ledger accounts, all the ledger accounts. Okay, we can say this is the third stage in the process of accounting, or third step in the process of accounting. We have learned many steps in the that process of accounting. What is the first step? Preparing journal entry, isn't it? Then second step, preparing ledger account. Okay, posting in the ledger account. Then now the third one, the ledger account balances will be entered in the trial balance. Okay, so why? What is the purpose, main purpose or objective of preparing trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy. Okay, I will tell the meaning. Okay, arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. In the books of accounts. Okay, what is the meaning? To check means to find out. Okay, to check whether it's yes or no. The arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. Arithmetical accuracy means correctness, isn't it? What is this arithmetical accuracy? Arithmetical operations we know: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, isn't it? So all the calculations that we do here, what are the calculations we do? We write the amount, isn't it, in the journal entry, and that amount is posted in the ledger account, whether it is posted in the correct account and correct amount. Okay, then we will add the ledger account and we will balance the ledger account. Okay, so many entries we make. Okay, or instead of journal entries, we use subsidiary books that we are going to learn in the next lessons. Okay, subsidiary books. This is instead of journal entry. Okay, instead of journal entry. So we enter many transactions in the subsidiary books or the journal entries. Then we prepare ledger account. Okay, we are posting in the ledger account. At the posting time also, we should post the correct amount. Okay, correct side, correct account, everything. So then we have to total the ledger account. Then we should balance the ledger account. All these are this calculation, isn't it? Then calculating interest, everything, multiplication, division, everything is coming. So that will be checked. How it is checked? This debit amount and credit amount should tally. Okay, so for this you should know the format of the trial balance. Okay, format of the trial balance. It is a statement. So only one page is enough. Okay, only 5 columns. there. Okay, first one, serial number 1234. Then name of account or particulars. Okay, then ledger, LF, ledger, that page number of the ledger account. Then 2 column, debit, credit, then rupees here. Okay, same like journal entry, but here name of account we can write. Instead of this one you can write the ledger account, sorry, you can write the particulars also, no problem. Okay, 5 column, this is the format. So here you should remember that double entry system. What is the rule? Okay, for every transaction there will be one debit and one credit. Okay, corresponding credit will be there, either 1 or 2 credit. Okay, if there is a debit, there will be a corresponding and equal credit for every transaction. So debit and credit will be equal. So like that, all the transaction will be having debit and credit. So that is the rule, that all the debit column will be equal to the credit column. Okay, if the debit is 1 lakh, writing all the amount, okay, then this here also it will be 1 lakh. Then we can conclude, okay, if it is tallying, here 1 lakh, here 1 lakh, we can conclude the arithmetical accuracy of the entries made in the books of accounts are correct. Okay, for example, here 1 lakh coming, here 90,000 coming. Then we can conclude there is an error. Okay, some mistake have been made somewhere. Okay, in the entries made in the books of accounts. Either writing prepare at the time of entering in the subsidiary books, or preparing journal entries, or while posting, or totaling, or totaling, balancing, or carrying forward the trial balance, the balances of the ledger accounts to the trial balance, or we can say totaling of the trial balance also. If you don't total here correctly, here it will be wrong. Okay, somewhere we have made a mistake, we can conclude. Okay, now we will see the need. What is the purpose? Okay, what is the why we need to prepare? So main aim is to check the arithmetical accuracy. Okay, that is the main need, purpose, to check the arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. In the books of accounts, we make many entries, isn't it? Journal entries, posting, then totaling, balancing. So all there that we can check. Okay, if it tallies, we can say, okay, arithmetical accuracy is there. Otherwise, we cannot say. Okay. Then this is considered as the basis for preparation of financial statements. Okay, with the help of the trial balance only, we will prepare the financial statements or final account, we say. What are the final accounts? The trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, and if we do not prepare this one, if we without checking if there is the total column, debit and credit column is not tallying, and if we have made any mistake, and with the same mistake if we make any entries, make the financial statement, everything will go wrong, isn't it? So if it doesn't get tally, we can locate the error. That is another purpose. Okay, we can locate the error and we can rectify those errors. Okay, so These are the need, purpose. Okay, now we will learn about the objectives. So the main objective is what? We can test the arithmetical accuracy. That is the main thing. By everywhere we see the same word, okay, same phrase. Checking the arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. That is the main objective. Here you have to think one more thing. If the total column does not tally with the credit column in the trial balance, then we can conclude there is an error. Okay, but some errors are there that will not be disclosed in the trial balance. If we omit one transaction entirely, then the trial balance will not show. Okay, that is also there. But the main aim is to check the arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. And then the second one, the basis for preparation of final accounts. They will give the trial balance. We are going to learn that one, okay, in the future lessons. They will give us trial balance. We have to prepare the final accounts. Final accounts are also called financial statements. Okay. Then location of errors. Okay, we can locate the error. So when we can locate the error, when we can say there are some errors, if the trial balance does not tally. What is the meaning tally? Both the side amounts are different. Okay, if the trial balance does not tally, we can say there are some errors. Okay, we can conclude there are some errors. Here we know the errors might be made in many of the areas where at the time of preparation of journal entries, when we write the amount, okay, then maybe in the subsidiary books. Or at the time of posting in the ledger account. Posting we make, then we totaling or balancing. Okay, or when we carry forward the amount of ledger account to the trial balance. Okay, here in any place we can make some error, so these errors have to be checked. Okay, then summarized information of ledger accounts. Summarized information. Here what is the balance of ledger accounts only we can see, isn't it? That means not all the amount is shown. Okay, total of debit and total of credit. Okay, a particular ledger account if we take, we can see that summarized information. All the ledger account will be given in one place. That is called that trial balance. Okay, how much is the purchases this year? Okay, this much. Okay, the balance of purchases, balance of sales. Okay, so what is the cash sales, the total sales, cash and credit sales, everything together. Okay, we could see. So all the information, like a summary information is given of all the ledger account will be given in one place called trial balance. Okay, all these are the objectives. Now the limitations. some drawbacks are also there in the trial balance. Okay, what are those? What are the limitations? So here the we can prepare the trial balance only if the organization is following the double entry system of bookkeeping. Double entry system of bookkeeping. Okay, otherwise they cannot prepare the trial balance. Okay, and one more place, the errors. Okay, one limitation we have learned that some mistake is there, we can rectify. No. Okay, if we omit some transaction, so okay, this will not be disclosed. Okay, the trial balance will not disclose this type of error. Okay, complete omission. If we omit one transaction or one journal entry is not at all posted anywhere, debit and credit aspects are not posted, that will not be disclosed in the trial balance. Okay, it will get tally. So by seeing that amount, both the debit and credit column will be equal. Okay, then we will think, okay, it is correct, but already that one complete omission is made. Okay, so this will not be disclosed by the trial balance. So it is one of the drawback. Okay, another one, many errors are there. Okay, even if some errors are there, it will get tally. Okay, it will get tally with some errors. That is another drawback. We cannot say, okay, tally, it is correct tallying, so there is no error. No. Even if there are some errors, the trial balance may tally. Then, if here it will tally with errors, isn't it? If we are preparing the financial statement with this trial balance, then that financial statement will not show the correct financial position of the business. Okay, financial position will not be correct if we use the wrong with errors. Okay, a wrong trial balance. Okay, the financial, because that is the basis we have studied, isn't it? It is the basis for the preparation of financial statement. And with many errors in the trial balance, but the trial balance get tallying. Okay, so with that trial balance, when we prepare the financial statement, it will not show the correct financial position. Profit also may not be correct, isn't it? So we cannot say this like conclusive evidence, proof, because it is correct. Okay, it is not a conclusive proof for the arithmetical accuracy of entries made in the books of accounts. Why? Here, okay, even with errors it will get tally. Okay, and because when it will get tally, if there is a complete omission, so we cannot say this one is a conclusive proof that trial balance is the what arithmetical accuracy is made in the books of entries. We cannot say, okay, because even though there are some errors, it will get tally. Which type of error? Complete omission, or complete omission of any transaction or journal entry, okay, or some compensating errors. Okay, compensating error means one debit we might not have entered 5,000, and the same credit also, if we have omitted 5,000 amount, it will get tally, but there is an error. Okay, so we cannot say trial balance is the conclusive proof. Now, there are 3 methods. Okay, but we follow only one method. 3 methods available. One is balance method. Another one, total method. Another one, total and balance method. Here, this is the one that we are going to learn. Okay, here the total of ledger account will be entered. Okay, if it both the side total, debit side total, credit side total, they will write two amount column. Okay, here two amount column we will enter in one place. If it is debit, either debit or credit we will enter. But here total of both, okay, debit as well as credit we will write. Here also two column, but here four columns available. Total how many? Total of debit and total of credit. Okay, then here this one, balance method. Okay, either debit side balance or credit side balance, anyone. Okay, so here 3 will be entered, but totally 4 columns available. Total of debit side, total of credit side of the ledger account, then balance of the ledger account. If it is debit, we will enter here, but if it is credit side balance, we will write credit. Okay, but this one is not in practice, not there. This also, but this one only we are going to follow the balance method. Okay, you have to read, then I will explain what all the items will be in the debit side, what all the items should be entered on the credit side. Then we can do the problem. Okay students, thank you very much.